to approve a certified survey map, final condominium plat, development agreement, and related documents. And this is for a project that is generally located at the southeast corner of 22nd Avenue and 91st Street. And the project is to be known as the Springbrook Place condominiums. The site is 3.35 acres, and it's proposed to be redeveloped with 4 7-unit condominium buildings. As you know, last fall it was brought to the board's attention that there was a phase 1 and phase 2 environmental study that was completed by Drake Environmental. At that time, the groundwater as well as the soil were found to be contaminated, and the petitioner had been working through the village, and TID 4 was created in order to provide for blight elimination, rehabilitation, and redevelopment of the property in order to create an economically viable future use for the site benefiting the village. On September 24th, 2007, the board approved the TID 4 project plan. On October 1st, 2007, the Joint Review Board had approved the TID 4 project plan. And the board conditionally approved the development agreement related to TID 4 and all the general agreements with the developer on December 3rd, 2007. So then we will move forward with respect to the condominium plat for this particular development. The condominium development is located, as I indicated, at the southeast corner of 91st to 22nd Avenue within the Barnes Creek neighborhood. The entire neighborhood is shown on the slide, and this is in the very northwest corner of the site. The project as proposed complies with the comprehensive land use plan as well as the neighborhood plan for this project. Again, the project is 4 7-unit condominium buildings with units that range in size from 1,091 to 1,745 square feet. 0.16 acre will be dedicated along 22nd Avenue for the future widening of that arterial. 1.69 acres of the site will remain as open space, and the net density at full build-out will be 8.8 units per acre. The estimated population projection at full build-out could be as high as 76 persons, including 17 school-aged children. The developer will be installing sewer, water, and stormwater facilities in the property. With respect to this particular project, only water main will be public in this development. Storm sewer and sanitary sewer will be private. The private utilities will be maintained by the Springbrook Condominium Association. The current zoning of the properties are R11 UHO, and a portion is located within the shoreline boundary, which is a tributary to the Barnes Creek. In order for the properties to be redeveloped as proposed, the properties need to be developed as a planned unit development. Portions of the properties that are located within the shoreline boundary will remain unchanged throughout this process. On the screen for you is an outline of the PUD requirements for this particular project. There's more than one building per property. The buildings adjacent to 22nd Avenue, which is County Trunk ML, are proposed to be set back a minimum of 40 feet. 80% of the buildings will be owner-occupied. A minimum of 50% of each building shall be covered with brick. All units shall have individual exterior entrances and attached garages. The water mains and related appurtenances within the development will be public. An additional 17 feet of right-of-way is being dedicated via a certified survey map for future widening of 22nd Avenue. Although there's no C2 Woodland Conservancy zoning district on this property, they have agreed to preserve and protect the woodlands on the southern end at the southeast and west corners through woodland conservation easements throughout construction and after the project is completed. The sewer and stormwater detention basins, access and maintenance areas shall all be located within easements. Again, privately maintained, but if for some reason that those areas are not maintained, village will have the right but not the obligation to go in and take care of those areas and then assess the benefiting property owners as a result. So again, this is a slide of the Springbrook condominium development. Again, there are 2 items on the agenda tonight. The first is Resolution 08-06, which is to consider the approval of the certified survey map, final condominium plat, development agreement, related documents, and this is subject to the comments and conditions as outlined in the resolution. We have actually just made one final minor tweaking to the development agreement this evening, which our attorneys have agreed to, so we will make that final change. It has to do with hazardous materials because they have not gotten the all clear yet from the state until they complete all the cleanup on the site, so we needed to address that in the development agreement. The second item is the zoning map and zoning text amendment. Again, that is to rezone the property into the R11 PUD. Again, that is subject to the PUD ordinance requirements as set forth before you. And the staff will need separate actions.
Mike?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of resolution 806 and this is certified survey.
Second. We have a motion for adoption of 0806. Further discussion on this item?
The board discussed December 10th. This decision, so, for the park commission.
Okay, further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Move those item P.
Move approval of the zoning map and zoning text amendment 807 as read.
Second.
Motion and a second for adoption of ordinance numbers 0807 and 0808. Further discussion on the amendment? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Do you want to take them separately, Gina? Can we do them together as they were? Motion probably should be separated, correct? Okay, we're going to do 0807 first. Those in favor?
That's a zoning, is that the zoning map?
Yes,
Yes.
It's a CSM.
yes,
That would be my motion.
second.
Motion and second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carries.
Zoning text amendment 808.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Monica. Further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. That moves us to item C, as received the planning commission recommendation. Consider resolution 0807. This is to approve certified survey map, final condominium plat, and amendment to the development agreement for the request of Mike Dilworth. And he is the agent for Paramount Ventures and the owners of the property generally located on the north side of 80th Street and east of 16th Avenue for the conversion of Courtyard Junction apartments to condominiums.
Mr. President, I would ask that item D be taken up at the same time as I'll be making one presentation.
Concurrence on the board? So concurred. Item D is then to receive the planning commission recommendation and consider a zoning text amendment, which would be ordinance 0809. It's for the request of Mike Dilworth, agent for the Paramount Ventures and of the property generally located on the north side of 80th Street, east of 60th Avenue. This is to create the specific planned unit development district regulations for the Courtyard Junction apartments to condominiums. Gene?
Mr. President, members of the board, this is a request by Mike Dilworth, agent for Paramount Ventures, LLC, which is the owners of the property, to request this evening resolution 0807, and this is to approve the certified survey map, final condominium plat, and amendment to the development agreement. And the second item is a zoning text amendment, which is ordinance number 08-09. Specifically, the petitioner is requesting approval of the final condominium plat, and this is for a conversion of the Courtyard Junction apartments that were originally constructed in 1996 to condominiums. The site area for this project is 11.02 acres. There are 96 existing units, 7 12-unit buildings and 2 6-unit buildings. There are 197 parking spaces. The net density of this project is 8.71 units per acre. All units have individual entrances, 2 bedrooms and 1-car attached garages, and the buildings range in size from 1,135 to 1,193 square feet. This project is located on the north side of 80th Street, just to the east of 60th Avenue, and just to the west of the Sea of Kenosha retention basin. For the certified survey map that's being presented this evening, the sanitary sewer, storm sewer, water, as well as the private roadways within the development will all remain private for this development. The developer has granted public easements to the village, again, for the village to maintain, but not the obligation to maintain the public improvements in the event we do need to, private improvements, in the event we need to come in and assist the Unit Owners Association. The certified survey map then dedicates all those public easements over the private improvements. On April 22nd, 1996, the property was rezoned into the R11 PUD. In 1996, the village did not write specific PUD ordinances for the developments. However, with the conversion of this project to condominiums, we have now put together specific detailed language for the PUD ordinance, which you have before you, and then I'll touch base on very briefly. The PUD ordinance allows for 9 buildings in the development to be located, requires a minimum of 80% of units to be owner-occupied, requires a minimum of 50% open space, specifies for the following minimum setbacks: 40 foot for street right-of-way setback, 25 feet for private street setback, 36 feet between buildings, and 30 feet from side and rear property lines. It requires 2 parking spaces for each dwelling unit, plus 5 for guest parking, for a total of 197 parking spaces. This is an aerial photograph of the Courtyard Junction condominiums. Again, the way it was built, originally constructed in 1996, it does lend itself for a conversion project to condominiums so that units could be sold off individually. This is a matter that was before the Village Plan Commission in the preliminary stages. All of the items are in order, and so the staff recommends approval of resolution number 08-07, and this is for the certified survey map, final condominium plat, and amendment to the development agreement. And the second item, ordinance number 08-09, and this is for the zoning text amendment for the PUD.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 08-07.
Second.
See, it's simple.
Motion by Steve, second by Clyde. Further discussion on this item?
Better work play. Plenty.
Okay,